Cracker Barrel. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the last week, you already know what's going on. Basically, Cracker Barrel's been a restaurant that's been around forever. They had this real old timey Americana uh, aesthetic to it, you know, and recently the CEO, as mentioned before, wanted to rejuvenate the brand. So, as you can see right here, they changed the brand from this to the new kind of minimalistic style, which has been happening to a lot of brands. I mean, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. I mean, there was a meme, you know. Okay, anyways, that's not the point. The point is that they changed their brand, made a huge backlash. Not only changed their brand, but they changed the style of their stores to go from this kind of country aesthetic. Uh, Again, a bit darker, got all the decor on the walls and felt like just old country. And then this sanitized, organized, almost looks like a museum exhibit. You know, it's not like you're walking into an old timey country store. You're walking into a museum exhibit about old timey country stores. So that created a huge backlash. A lot of people upset about it. Everybody talking about the stock market. The stock market, it dropped a whole bunch of money. It's lost over $100 million in value. Earlier today, they announced that they are bringing back the old style. I don't know if this is how what this is going to be mean for all the remodels that they're doing, but basically they caved under pressure. So you got all the people celebrating it. See, talking about there's a CEO, went on a bunch of interviews, whatever. There's a stock market that everyone likes to point out how it crashed and went down, and now it's rebounding back up. People making fun of the CEO, obviously. So I don't argue with any of that. I do hate the whole modernization of uh, brands. Like I said, Taco Bell did it, Pizza Hut did it, um, and it takes basically you take the soul out of all the uniqueness out of all of them, and make them all look the same with different color palettes, and it's stupid. People call it woke. I mean that part I don't think is woke, but well, at least not what people are now saying is woke. But the whole other thing that they're doing. Um, my point is this is what I want to bring up. People are always talking about the stock. Like I said, it went down. Now it's going back up and stabilized around 62, 60, $61. You can see a month. You see right there is where probably the backlash came and it dropped. That looks like a pretty significant drop, right? But this is what I want to point out. This is probably the most publicity that Cracker Barrel has gotten in years. And if we were to, yes, in this month, even year to date, the year to date dip, they don't even look that bad. I mean, back in April, looks like March and April of this year, they really went down. They were like in the 30s, got down to $35 a share. So even that dip from the logo redesign wasn't that bad. I mean, I don't know how much further down it would have gone, but it really wasn't that bad. And then if you go back even further, go 5 years, Cracker Barrel has not been doing good. They peaked in 2021 at 175.09 a share, and they have been on the decline ever since. And this was, I don't even know. I don't even think you can say the pandemic because that's, you know, we're what, at least 2 3 years removed from it, at least from the heavy part of it. So, and then now you got it back at the in the 60s, which is what, a little over a third of what it used to be. And when you go all time, obviously, by starting in the mid teens, it was really going up, or early 2010s is whenever it really started to go up. I think right here, the big dip, that's the pandemic, and it recovered and has just been going downhill ever since. So that's what I think people don't take into consideration when they talk about this. This company has been on a downward trajectory for years. This new CEO came out and was like, "Hey, something needs to happen to get this uh, turned around." An old timey country store with an old logo. They haven't changed their look or style in forever. What's the next? What's the logical thing to do? Change your look. Maybe modernize it. Appeal to a more modern audience. Whatever. I'm not saying I agree with it. Just pointing out the thinking behind it. And then now, again, this has gotten their most uh, uh, attention they've gotten in years. Asmongold did a stream on it, and someone brought it. I was wondering if someone was going to bring it up, and they did. It's almost like a psyop. If you think about it, they did this. I don't think they did it intentionally. Don't. I'm not giving them that much credit at all. But unintentionally, they pulled a new Coke. Now, for those of you who might be too young to remember that, everyone knows Coca-Cola, right? Popular drink. So basically, in the 80s, Coke was losing a lot of their uh, market share to Pepsi. They were the new hotness. So, and then they had, what was it? Pepsi's real popular thing was to do blind taste test, so that people can decide if it was brand loyalty or taste that they were staying with Coke. And it came out that people preferred Pepsi based on taste over Coke. And so what they did, basically, they won't say it, but they brought out new Coke and they made it taste more like Pepsi. Even though they were losing market share to Pepsi, new Coke came out, everybody hated it. Everybody talked crap about it. I mean, it was basically the modern day Cracker Barrel. Everyone hated the new look. Everyone hated that they changed it. It presented this big old uproar, and this was in the 80s. So, what they did is they brought back Coke Classic, the original formula. Got rid of New Coke, brought back Coke Classic. Everybody celebrated. They won. Everybody liked it. Even though it was failing and losing market share, as soon as it got taken away from them, they revolt and got it brought back. And then it surged in popularity after that. And that's why modern Coke is now Coke Classic and not just Coca-Cola.
Market it as new Slurm. Then, when everyone hates it, we'll bring back Slurm Classic and make billions.
So, Cracker Barrel basically did the same thing. I don't think it was, again, I don't think it was intentional. I don't think that there was a big O. I don't think it was a psyop done intentionally by them. I think they just stumbled into it. And it worked because now you got all these articles talking about it. I would say I think they probably could have done a little bit subtler, more subtle of a change than what they did. Maybe combine these two, keep the man and the barrel, keep the cracker and the barrel and Cracker Barrel, but maybe reformat this portion of it. You know, you could have just painted the walls white, leaving the aesthetic as it was, but just brighten up the area with a more white thing. Keep the center post dark, and then keep the and then change the middle portion to a white. It'll brighten up the area, make it feel fresh. And I would think it would give it like a more of a cottage type of feel. And do it over time. Don't change everything at once. Just change the paint, give it a little bit of a nice revamp. Just like I said, this one, it just walk in, looks like a gift shop to a museum. The dining area, like I said, changed it from a resemblance of an old country store to a museum of an old country store. And you just take all the character out of it. These look more like exhibits than decoration. Do I agree with the change? No. Stupid. But can I understand, given the extra context of how they've been going down and downhill for the last, what, almost 4.5 years? Yeah, I can understand it. I can understand the urge for them to want to do something different when you've gone from $175 a share in April of 2021 to $65 a share in August of 2025, losing almost 2/3 of your value. People want to talk about that $100 million value that they lost from the controversy, but they've lost way more than that just in basically becoming irrelevant. You know, nobody really cared. I don't think people really cared about Cracker Barrel until they made these changes. And it's like, yeah, you and that's what people need to realize. You know, they're just because they've been like this for forever. You get all mad whenever they change it, but they weren't supporting him whenever they were going down. People, I don't go to Cracker Barrel. No one I know goes to Cracker Barrel. I mean, it used to be known for good food, but from what I've seen lately, that has gone down as well. So, what I think they probably should have done is made sure reevaluate their service and food quality to make sure what made them popular was the old country aesthetic, but also good food with the old country aesthetic with the promise of good food, good service, comfort food. And I'm sure to cut corners, to save cost, they've reduced their food quality and probably their service quality as well. And because of that, people stopped going. Your dedicated fans stopped going. And because of that, you lost your value. And to try to change that, you did this radical change that nobody asked for and nobody wanted, and you brought all this backlash on yourself. And inadvertently, because you went back, you pulled a new Coke. Well, at least we'll see. I don't know. Maybe they'll go back up. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just stay back at that $60 and nobody will care about it. Just as long as they keep it the way it was, they're still not going to go back and they're still going to lose value. So, but yeah, that's my my 2 cents in that.